Hello everyone, I'm Wins. Several days ago, the official announced that on the 28th of this month, a new area, the Imperial Palace, will be launched. I was fortunate enough to be selected to experience it in the advanced test server. In the new version, all paths have undergone significant changes among them. Stone split strength can be said to be the path with the largest adjustments. So today, we will take a detailed look at the new mechanism of stone split strength as well as its new rotation. The most main change to stone split strength is the adjustment to the inner way. Frostclad Knight, Tier 4. After using the special skill of Snow Parting Blade, Fleeting Trace, the inner passion effect will turn into a 4 layers buff, which can stably unleash 4 accelerated charge skills of Phalanx Baneblade. Similarly, releasing Snowbreak Spring can also consume layers to increase damage by 40%. Therefore, compared to the past, the pure hengblade rotation has also been greatly improved. At the same time, the effect of Tier 6 adds a new mechanism. When Snowbreak Spring hits a boss in an exhausted state, it can enjoy the extra damage boost of Inner Passion and clear the CD of Forgetfulness. From then on, the pure hengblade rotation has a stable burst method when facing the exhausted phase. Another one is the change to Steadfast Devotion, which will be explained in 4 parts. The first part is increasing the duration of the special skill of Phalanx Baneblade. It has become 40 seconds, which can fully cover 2 rotations. At the same time, during the duration of Iron Guard, the character takes 20% reduced damage from multiplayer bosses. The second part is the change to the effect of Steadfast Devotion Tier 3. The original 5-second Mountain Splitter has become 10 seconds. At the same time, a new concept has been introduced, called the Final Effective Critical Rate, which equals yellow text precision rate multiplied by yellow text critical rate plus direct critical rate. This probability needs to be greater than 70% to guarantee a critical hit. Correspondingly, the triple rates for the Phalanx Baneblade rotation in the new season also need to be adjusted. The core logic is, whatever how many precision or critical you have, as long as the final effective critical rate displayed here is greater than 70%, it will be okay. The third part, a new addition under the Inner Passion state. When the charge hitting non-player units deals 36% extra damage. This extra damage is an independent multiplier, so it is extremely high. This is also an important factor in why Stone Split strength has become stronger. Fourth part, Steadfast Devotion Tier 6 adds a new Exhausted effect. Hitting an exhausted enemy with Burning Heart grants the Mountain Splitter buff and 3 South of Charge enhancement. Your next Burning Heart gains all Inner Passion bonuses. Faster charge, no blade momentum cost, and bonus damage. Charge enhancement can be gained up to 3 times every 30s. This change gives the Phalanx Baneblade rotation a very stable burst during the boss's exhausted phase. If you grasp the timing of the exhausted phase well, you can unleash up to 7 consecutive accelerated charges in a single rotation cycle. Meanwhile, Throat Piercing Art also received a minor buff. A new effect has been added at Tier 6. All angsty soldiers will trigger the throat piercing buff when dealing damage. In other words, when we use the Phalanx Baneblade rotation, we no longer need Snowbreak Spring to trigger throat piercing. 4 players of the Phalanx Baneblade rotation. Snowbreak Spring will only be used as a filler skill, greatly simplifying the rotation. Now let's talk about the rotation. First, the mix rotation, which has changed the most. The daily dungeon rotation is as follows. Start with Flute skill and Deflect. Legion Summoner. Switch to Hengblade and Q and Special skill. General's Bane Staff, Leaping Code, and Deflection. 4 times Moblade Charge skill. Total Annihilation. Dual Weapon skill plus Snowbreak Spring. At this point, the special skill CD is about to end. Press Q first, then connect with a Leaping Code and Special skill. General's Bane Staff. Then use the Moblade Charge skill 4 times. After that, if the duration of Legion Summoner is not enough, directly refresh Legion Summoner. If there is still time remaining, You can refresh it after total annihilation. At this point, the 2 rounds of rotation within the duration of 1 Legion Summoner are over. This is the most basic prototype of the rotation. Of course, there are a few places in it where you can fill in different skills yourself according to your needs. For example, during the process of hengblade Q plus special skill plus Moblade, 4 times charge, between the first Q and the special skill, you can insert any skill you want. After the second Q is finished, and before the Phalanxbane Blade charge, you can also insert a Mystic skill. Of course, the subsequent 4 charge times will be quite tight. You need to release the charge key at the first available moment. Furthermore, after the 4 charges, we can use Total Annihilation once, and then Dual Weapon skill plus Snowbreak Spring and other skills. Or we can directly perform a slow charge once, and then add a Soaring Spit. Just mix and match, according to your preference and the situation. As I said before, if the boss's exhaustive phase is handled properly, you can unleash up to 7 accelerated charges in a single rotation. However, sometimes the duration of Iron Guard might not be enough to sustain it that long. I'll demonstrate a full 1-minute rotation to show how to handle this issue. Okay, about the pure hengblade rotation. Due to the limited gear resources on the test server, I can't put together another pure hengblade gear set. So the timing for the boss entering the exhausted phase might change if the damage is lacking. Once the official version is released, I'll see if I can borrow an account to demonstrate it. Alternatively, you can join the WSR Discord group, where you'll definitely find the relevant guides. So, that's all for this video. The test server patch corresponds to the live Chinese server's March patch. The upcoming Imperial Palace also has many exciting boss fights and interesting content. So I hope you all have fun. I'm Wins. See you in the next video.